Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist, where we break down the stories everyone is talking about. Today, we are diving into the drama that has been heating up within the Labour Party. You have probably seen headlines about different factions, the court cases, and the struggle for the soul of the party, particularly around the leadership of Julius Abure. Well, a recent Arise News interview with the VP candidate Datti Baba-Ahmed gives us a fascinating look inside the crisis. He tries to position himself as a steady hand, the leader taking initiative when it's needed most. But the big question is, does his move accidentally makes his principal, Peter Obi, look a bit absent from the party's biggest internal battle? I'm about to play the key moment from that interview. Pay close attention to how Dati carefully answered the tough questions about his role and that of Peter Obi. So sit back and take a watch.
Well, let's move in the direction of that vote, because a way to do it in the way that Nigeria's constitution operates at the moment is through a political party if you want to run for office. And from the point of view of the public, the picture of disharmony that's been emerging about the Labour Party, which you're a member of, has been getting bigger and more alarming. How did that look to you when you turned up at that factional NEC meeting led by Julius Abure?
This is what leadership is about. I'm not a Labour Party leader, but I aspired to a position of leadership. And leaders don't allow matters to degenerate, to disintegrate. Irrespective of which faction that are unfortunate in any case, I sympathize with or I belong to, there are times that you belong to everybody so long as you're a leader. And remember the doctrine of necessity. This became very, very necessary for me to do. If His Excellency Peter Obi and myself had been sworn in, there are things, if he didn't do, I must have to rise to that challenge.
Yeah, but I have to ask you why you felt that it fell on you to be the one to try to visibly and publicly unite the party.
I was just about to say.
Because most people would have thought that that task would fall on Peter Obi.
I was just about to say it.
Right, okay.
Not too long ago, his younger brother's company or property was smashed.
Yes, we saw that.
And I know he's been busy at that. He went to the Daura and then
the funeral.
And in the last week
President
also, one governor has been on his case that he should not travel, to...
You mean the governor of Edo State?
I don't know which state it is, but I know there's a state which the governor says he shouldn't come. So
yeah, it's Edo
I
State.
need to understand that Peter Obi's cup is full many, many times. And maybe he's shy, to say, you get up, go do this and go do these things. And that's why I told you that leadership is about...
taking initiative.
Thank you very much.
But was he aware of the fact that you were going to attend that meeting? Because I'm curious to know what his reaction would have been. If
he knows everything I do. I do carry him along.
Right.
Yeah.
So you told him you were
I absolutely told him that.
And what was his reaction?
I was going there. Peter Obi is a very easy and, he leaves you to use your judgment and initiatives. And I trust that's what he did. But he was fully in the picture.
Right. But did he react when you told him you were going to go? If so, what was his reaction?
It's like, I'm indifferent about it. It's okay.
And what was the response of the Abure faction when you came to make the case that you came to make?
They were elated. They are yearning for leadership. And I told them I'm there to do it. They are yearning for an end, so to say, about whatever we're going through as a party. But while I was there to reconcile, I was also reconciling Labour Party and the general public by the same token.
Wow, welcome back. A lot to unpack there, right? That was intense, and Datti was definitely choosing his words very carefully. Let's get into the real gist of what just happened. The first thing that jumps out of Datti's main defense: this is what leadership is all about. He repeats this idea in different ways. Notice he said, "I'm not a Labour Party leader, but I aspire to a position of leadership." That's a clever way of saying my actions are consistent with the office I was running for. He frames his interventions as a proactive, necessary step to save the party from falling apart, even using a powerful phrase like the doctrine of necessity. He is projecting himself as a responsible adult in the room who steps in before things degenerate completely. But the Arise News interviewer asked the perfect, most critical follow-up. Why him and not Peter Obi? This is the elephant in the room. This is the core of the whole issue. That his answer is incredibly revealing. He lists all the things Peter Obi has been dealing with: his brother's property being demolished, attending to funerals, and even being politically attacked by a governor. On one hand, it's a solid defense of his principle. He is saying, my boss is busy fighting on multiple fronts. But on the other hand, it paints a picture of a presidential candidate who is so swamped with other battles that his running mate has to step in to handle the party's internal implosion. It raises the question, who is minding the store? And what was Obi's reaction when Datti told him he was going to that factional meeting? According to Datti, Obi was essentially permissive. He said Obi trusts his judgment and initiative. And his reaction was almost like, it's okay, you can handle it. Now you can see this is in two ways. The positive spin is that this shows a fantastic partnership built on deep trust. The more critical view is that the party's leadership seems detached from managing its biggest internal crisis, delegating it entirely to his number two. For the party that sold itself as a new organized alternative, this picture of a distracted leader and a party in chaos is not a good look. Finally, Datti says something very strategic at the end. He said he wasn't just there to reconcile factions within party, he was there to reconcile Labour Party and the general public. This is PR 101. He knows that all this party infighting is damaging the Obidient brand and making the party look just as disorganized as the old party that they criticized. By showing up, he was performing for the public, trying to send a message: don't worry, we are handling our business. We are still the credible alternative you believe in. So, what's the final gist? Datti Baba-Ahmed's interview was a masterclass in political maneuvering. He tried to project himself as a strong, decisive leader, stepping up in a time of crisis. However, in doing so, he is inadvertently highlighted the immense pressure on Peter Obi and raised serious questions about who is truly steering the ship of the Labour Party through these very stormy waters. But that's my take. What do you guys think? Was Datti showing true leadership, or was he just doing damage control and covering for an overwhelmed principal? Does this move make the Labour Party look stronger or weaker in your eyes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to know what you think, and as always, if you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Oba's Trending Gist for more deep dive, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.